Evan Pang, also known by his artist name Aysanabee, had approached me about working on his album that he had written about his grandfather Watin. Evan had been recording conversations with his grandfather over the course of the pandemic, which inspired an album's worth of songs about his grandfather's experience of being stolen from his family at the age of 8 and forced into the Canadian residential school system. The album consists of 10 songs and 9 interludes. We began pre-production on the album remotely in the form of making demos out of the songs that Evan had written. And once we decided on the sonic palette of the album, we proceeded to the production stage. We recorded the majority of the album at my studio, The Lair, and recorded drums at Lincoln County Social Club. Evan came out to my house for a week in Barrie, where I lived at the time, to record all of his vocals. Then we sent out the tracks to get horns and background vocals added to them. Once all of the songs were recorded, we worked on creating the interludes that scene the story of Watin's life together and give context to the songs. Evan had edited clips of the audio recordings of conversations he had with his grandfather and built soundscapes around them. Then I did some further sound design on them, and then once we had all of the components completed, I mixed the songs and interludes in the context of the whole album, and then it went off to be mastered by the incredible Christian Montano at Montano Mastering. So there are several things that come to mind from the recording of the album, as working with Evan was so special, but I especially enjoyed the week that he came up to my house in Barrie, where I used to live and have my studio. It was a homey and holistic vibe, and we got into a nice routine every day. We'd start every morning making breakfast and trying to create latte art in our coffee, and then we'd record vocals all day and talk about the album and its future. And then in the evening, we would cook dinner, share a meal together, and talk about life and music. And it was a wonderful way to bond and really get to the heart of the record. I always cherish the memories where life and art intersect, because what we do when we make records is so much more than making music. They are also human experiences for our hearts, our minds, and our spirits. And when those things come together, they are definitely my favorite moments of making records. I love and I'm proud of all the songs on this album, but the song Long Gone holds a particular soft spot for me. Amidst this really horrifying story of Watin being forced into residential school, there is also a story about resilience and love. Watin met Aysanabee's grandmother in the residential school, and they fell in love over the course of the 11 years that they were there. This is what the song's about. The moment that Evan played me this song, I remember it hitting me instantly, and I feel we really captured the essence of it in this recording. Every time I hear this song, I still get goosebumps. Everything came together so seamlessly in its creation, from Evan's vocals, guitar, and lyric, to Kyla Charter's background vocals, to Marcus Ali's horn arrangement, to Sky Polson's drumming, and then the additional instrumentation that I laid in there. The song takes you on a journey. It's soulful and haunting and resilient, and it's timeless and honest. Being a part of this album has been such a profound experience. Working with Evan was incredible, as he is such a dream to work with. He also became such a great friend in the process of making it. Evan is a visionary and one of those rare talents and voices that you come across once in a blue moon. This project was unique due to Evan's combined background in journalism, film, and music. So making this album was so personal to him, and what was created was an auditory documentary of his grandfather's life. This is one of the most important records I have ever worked on, and I am grateful to have been a witness to Watin's life and to have played a small part in sharing his very important story.